we can run an entire radio station from my office where I'm sitting right now.
That's right.
That's the good thing about technology. And but this is a place for us to kind of get away and, like I mentioned before, shoot the shit and call it a day. I mean, it's fun. It's fun stuff.
And Bruce Barrett, you are kind of like one of the newbies here. You started working with us back in end of January. How much fun have you had being a part of the CRN team?
Oh, I've really enjoyed it. It gave me the opportunity to get back into broadcasting. I started out years ago with a local station here that covered the Smithfield-Selma Spartan football team, and me and Chris Johnson carried those games for them and broadcasted those. And I've done some stadium announcing. Matter of fact, we met at Triple S when I was doing the stadium announcing for their basketball program this year. And did that also with JCC basketball and things of that nature. And
right.
Did some Triple S baseball and was able to do that. But then when, you get to broadcast and be to call a game, as a color commentary or play-by-player, it's just a lot of. I'm sorry, it's just a lot of fun for me, and we try to paint the picture, for the people who are listening, so that they get, we want to make our broadcast as excellent as we can, so the fan, can actually be a part of the experience that we are bringing to them. And it's very satisfying for me. And I've really enjoyed it. And I just appreciate you guys bringing me aboard.
He is Bruce Barrett, Trey Snide, Brandon White, Daniel Moore, Mike Garrett. I'm Wesley Outland. We're going to take a quick radio timeout on our CRN podcast, The Roundtable. When we come back, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room. And yes, Trey Snide, I'm going to let you unload on all barrels and everybody else as well. The topic is Cam Newton. We will continue where we dropped off on Friday's warm-up. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is The Roundtable on CRN Podcast, presented by the Symmetry Financial Group.
Looking for a life insurance company that specializes in what you actually need? Protection. Call Danny today with Symmetry Financial. Danny is certified in all 50 states, which means Symmetry Financial is not limited and has over 30 companies to choose from. Symmetry Financial has proved time and time again that their options and pricing is just better than the rest. Give Danny a call today at 828-994-1681 to see how Symmetry Financial can make life simple. This is CRN, the Community Radio Network, the voice of the community, the voice of anything sports, and proud to be the voice of the Comets. Follow us at crnsports.org. Now let's get back to the broadcast coverage on CRN.
Now back to live coverage on the CRN Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back to CRN's The Roundtable. Wesley Outland, Trey Snide, Brandon White, Daniel Moore, Mike Garrett, Bruce Barrett. We are live, and we're just talking about any and everything. All right, so I was going to be nice about this. We're gonna keep this on about a 10-minute subject. So it's 9:37 Eastern Time. We have till 9:47 to get this spiel, shoot the shit, talk about what you want to, the good, the bad, the ugly. I am glad that Cam Newton is gone. Sorry if it hurts anybody's feelings. Opinions vary. I'm glad he's gone. I think they should have got rid of his ass 2 years ago. I think they should have kept Ron Rivera. Good luck, bon voyage, wherever he goes. I think, honestly, if he doesn't do well with the next team he plays or they're going to send him his walking papers. Trey Snyde, I will let you go first as co-founder on the Cam Newton subject here. Yes.
Well, look. So let's start here. One, the best quarterback in Carolina Panther history. One that brought entertainment, brought excitement, brought winning to the Carolina Panthers.
Chris Winkie.
All-time passing leader, all-time interception leader, all-time rushing leader, touchdown. I mean, every stat that you possibly could think of, Cam Newton's name is right there. And I argue this all the time. The only reason why people don't like him is because of how he dresses. We have that argument every single day. Listen, hold it. Let me finish.
It's got let me
finish.
With that.
The only reason people don't like him is because he dresses like a female. And
like a grandma.
I'm fine with that. People don't like my South Carolina Gamecock stuff. It is what it is.
Oh my God.
But the thing is, he's still a great, he's a good quarterback, and he's going to get a chance to go somewhere and prove himself.
Bullshit!
You know, the problem with Cam Newton right now, he has a hard time staying healthy. And if when he was healthy, you saw 2015, he was an MVP caliber who turned into an MVP player. Last year, before he got hurt, he was an MVP caliber player. His numbers were better than he got hurt. And, of course, we see what Carolina Panthers did. They went into a dumpster fire with Kyle Allen. And talking about Ron Rivera, went over to Washington, traded a fifth-rounder for Kyle Allen, who is going to end up getting him fired in Washington before you know it, because he's going to start in Game 6. I mean, it is what it is. And so Cam Newton right now, he still has – if you saw some videos that he did just a couple days ago, he looks energetic. He looks excited. Looks like his arm strength is back. His legs are back. You know, he's got a lot to prove. And if he can stay healthy, and that's the big word, if he can stay healthy on any other club, he's going to make a difference, and he's going to bring excitement. And that's what you want in the NFL. You want a quarterback to bring excitement to your team, and that's what Cam Newton does. I don't care where he goes. It can be L.A. Chargers. It can be Washington. But we already saw what Ron Rivera thought of Cam Newton because he traded for Kyle Allen. The other places right now really
Browns.
is – no, he ain't going to do – what? Cleveland, he ain't going. No.
Well, for all you know, Wesley,
it's going to be L.A. It's going to be either the Chargers, New England, and that's pretty much it. The rest of the kind of teams are kind of falling out, especially with the draft. So he's going to get a chance somewhere, and once he does, let me tell you right now, what's going to happen. And if he starts coming out, he throws 4,000 pass yards. He comes out and throws you 30 touchdowns and, 15, 20 interceptions. People are going to say, I told you he was coming back. I never doubted him for a second. I'm telling you, it's coming. Once we go into the NFL and he starts producing, people are going to come out of the woodworks and say, Carolina Panthers never should have got rid of him. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm done.
What about Ron
Who's
Rivera?
next?
Hang on a minute. What about Ron Rivera, Trey Snyde? What do you think of that? Do you think he should have got walking papers?
Yeah, I mean, it was time for – it was a new – I was at the game. They lost to the Washington Redskins. Me and my brother went. I was down the Panther fan. My brother is a Washington Redskins fan. And I looked at him in the fourth quarter. I said, guarantee you before we make it home from Charlotte, North Carolina, it's going to be announced that he is fired. And what happened? He was fired. He was there for 9 years. He came in with Cam Newton 9 years ago. It was just time for him to move on. It was kind of a spoiled situation. He brought, just like Cam Newton, Ron Rivera brought a lot of excitement, a lot of energy to the Carolina Panthers. And unfortunately, every team goes through that. Right now, some can say that Belichick has spoiled his way in New England, and it is what it is. You know, I think he has a fresh start down in Washington. He really has a say-so in how that program or how that team is going to move forward in their history. But it was time for him to move on. I still think he's a great coach. He's one of the great the greatest coaches in my opinion in Panthers history. Although John Fox was a great coach, brought him to a Super Bowl.
Yes, so was Jake Delhomme.
But again,
Jake Delhomme was a good quarterback.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of that.
He was, and
so I'm okay with Ron Rivera being pushed out the door because it was time. You saw that the team wasn't responding how it used to be with Ron Rivera, even with the veteran players. Injuries take place. Veterans start respecting people, don't respect the younger guys. It's time to move on. We got a good coach in Matt Rule. I'm excited. A lot of these players, or a lot of these, analytics and, broadcasters are saying, radio personalities are saying, he's going to be, what's he doing to the Carolina Panthers? Is he breaking it down? But let's be honest. You look down the depth chart now for the Carolina Panthers. When was the last time we can actually say that we have starters and now we have 2 or 3 backups right after them? We haven't been able to say that in quite a while. Yes, it's still going to be a rebuilding year, but I don't think it's going to be a rebuilding. It's more of a retool in Carolina Panthers. But go back to Ron Rivera. I think it was time to move on. He has a great opportunity in Washington, a young quarterback. Potentially, they're looking somebody at like Tua. They're looking at Herbert. They're looking at different situations. Might move back,
right,
which I think they should move back in the draft and probably get one of these quarterbacks. But, it was time to move on. Spoiled milk situation. He's still a great coach, still has many years of coaching down in Washington. He's probably going to be there for 10 years. And in 9-10 years, we're going to say, well, now he's time to move on.
All right.
So, it is what it is. If you stay at one position for so long, I hope my boss at WICS Radio tells me I'm getting too old for this. I want that. I want that situation. That means I'm ready to retire. I'm ready to go to the house. I'm ready to go fishing all day long.
So okay, we let Brandon spill, we let Daniel spill, we let Mike spill on Friday about this subject. Bruce Barrett, you were not with us Friday, so I'm going to let you spill the beans and talk the shit and give your prerogative of whether you agree with me or you take the side of Trey Snyder and the rest of all of these gargantuans wanting to bully up on me.
I've got a question after everybody spills their beans. I've got a question I've kind of thought of today.
Okay.
I wanted to ask.
Let's Daniel. You can ask questions here in a minute, but let's let Bruce have the form. Go ahead, Bruce Barrett.
Yeah. I would say this about Cam Newton. I think his stats and what he did on the field, and we talked about this last week
on the Sports Power Hour. Yes.
Yeah. His stats stands alone. I mean, think about this.
I see whose
side
you're taking. I see.
Yeah. First off,
I knew I liked you.
He's a Heisman Trophy winner. Came out of Auburn. He was picked up by the Panthers. The Panthers is the only team that he has played for.
Yeah,
throughout his 9-year career.
Yeah.
His first year, he was he was Rookie of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, and went to the Pro Bowl.
They had nobody else to pick.
Yeah, I mean,
that was cheap, Wesley.
Yeah,
he knows it's BS.
Yeah, Wesley, he just starts saying stuff he really doesn't believe. He just starts saying stuff to see what kind of reaction you're going to get. I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
he's what we call in these parts a hater.
That's right. That's right. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, Wesley will be
all KMA, okay?
Yeah, but I mean, you just gotta look at the work that he did on the field. He took him to a Super Bowl. He lost, but so did Jake Delhomme, and Jake Delhomme has his name in the Ring of Honor. I think what was it? Was it this
Ring
year?
Ring of Honor, ain't that a wrestling organization? Yeah.
Well,
I think they introduced.
Yeah.
You
guys
don't understand.
I mean, every NFL team has one of those.
I just like instigating shit. That's all I like doing. I mean, hey.
Yeah, yeah, we're picking up on that. So I just you gotta give him credit for what he did on the field.
Listen, I'm
The
not
latest
knocking him.
I've heard-
I'm not knocking him for his successes. He was a very
Right.
good quarterback. But this is my take on the whole subject, okay? And this is where I lost respect for Cam. If you are hurt, you can't play.